20 on EA Sports. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time.
Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Miami Dolphins and the Arizona Cardinals.
Ready. 90 Wolf.
He'll lose yardage to start things out. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami, 46 yards. They had trouble stopping the run last week in a loss, and here it rears its ugly head early.
You're supposed to try and get your confidence going after a loss like that where you gave up big yards running the football. This is not the way to go about it. It looks exactly as it did just a week ago.
And a short gain down to about the 33. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. On 2nd and 9, Breeze. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a third down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. And that is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Hines. Gets around him. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. And he will go down out outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. It's Christian Covington who notches the sack there. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
No doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground. One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. On first and 10, here's Murray. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Draft 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first. The numbers for Jeffrey from last week: 5 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown.
And most teams mark down big plays as ones that gain 10 yards or more. He certainly has big playability, and we just saw it on display.
Now Murray, he bootlegs it. Got his man, it's Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The first down carry here for Johnson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, you're running. Backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Murray now. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Max Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter, out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. This is taken at his 4. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. Skirts by him at the 35. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 43.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it, because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle, because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. Would have put him in the lead, but hold that thought.
Yeah, the celebration had to stop, didn't it? Because now you're on a real uptick. You're in the lead. Instead, you're still behind. Have to find a way to regroup.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the gun, it's Breeze. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs, but the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, it's Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Only a yard on the third down throw, and that leads to a fourth down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. Returnable for Grant. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Albert Wilson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Murray going to lead his guys up first and 10, and he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. This is caught by Williams. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. To throw, it's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Murray with a 3rd and long. And able to find Kirk complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Murray going to lead his guys up first and 10. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points, and they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Now he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A gain there of 21 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. It's Hines. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. The 30, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Nyheim Hines, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. From the 44, Murray. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 27 yards there, a 1st down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. On 1st down, it's Johnson, able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Murray. And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now it's Penny, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Elijah Penny, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Well, it was 2nd and goal. You're in there close. That's the fullback's comfort zone.
Not only is it his comfort zone, it's an expectation. That's what he's supposed to do. Turn and hand it to him. Big guys fire out. Find your way into the end zone.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. And they will not have time to get on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run with Hines. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that temporary period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Balaj. And an alley to run. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Nyheim Hines with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Murray now to throw. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you start.
Murray fighting, lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. They'll run on first down. Hines. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling, and this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Hines. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Nyheim Hines taking it in. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he has the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. David Johnson now gears up to help lead this offense back on the field. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination. And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Here's Murray.
That was a route run, not just with
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh finding the path to the QB there. Another try after the first down sack. Murray, he'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. They're going for it. It's Murray. And he's going to go down again. Ndamukong Suh. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
Ready, 95-56. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Drew Brees with a kneel down, and that ought to do it.
Ready?
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.